Hey, what's going on? Drew Doggett here, and in this video I'm literally going to show you how to double any business without having to get any more traffic, without having to spend any more money on ads, and without having to rely on any dumb gimmicks. You want to watch this because this is a huge eye-opener, and what we're going to use today is something that no one really likes to talk about, and it's called math. Yeah, I know that's not very exciting. It's probably why nobody likes to talk about it, but we're just going to use good old, plain old fashioned logic. So let's get right to it. By the way, what do you think of my background here? This is a virtual camera. This is called the XSplit V-Cam. Virtual camera without a green screen. Pretty freaking sweet. I recommend it. All right, let's get to it. So let's say that this is how your business works. All right, you drive traffic to an opt-in page. All right, so that's like a little lead generation page there. And then they're in your email sequence. All right, so that's supposed to be an envelope. Beautiful, I know. Then they see your sales page, okay? And this could be a webinar or whatever, it doesn't matter. And then of course they see your thank you page. All right, so we're not even gonna put in like fancy stuff here. Let's just say this is the super basic sales funnel right here. So you got a really simple business model. And let's say that the thing you're selling, your average customer value is $100. Okay. I'm just going to use really easy numbers here. And let's say you're driving 1,000 visitors into this thing. All right. So you're sending 1,000 people here every day or every week, or, however often you want to pretend we're doing this for the sake of this example. And by the way, it doesn't matter where the visitors are coming from. That's a huge shiny object people are getting stuck on right now. They think, oh, I got to focus on this platform or whatever. You don't. The definition of like good advertising is putting the right words and the right pictures in front of the right person at the right time to put them into your sales funnel. Doesn't matter where they're coming from, as long as they're seeing the right message. Trust me on that one. Been doing it for 8 years. I digress. Okay, now let's get really exciting. Let's use some math here. Okay, let's say you're getting 20% conversion rate on your opt-in page, all right? So that's like not great, that's not terrible, it's just whatever, it's pretty normal. And you're sending them, your email sequence and all that, and that's sending them to your sales page here. And ultimately, 1% of the people that go through that little process there, they buy. Okay, so if we do the math here, I never thought in my life I'd be doing math on camera for a living, but I used to do math in college and used to tutor math, but here I am doing it on camera now. But hey, if we do the math here, here's how it works. So we end up 1,000 people coming in at 20% opt-in rate, right? Means we get 200 leads, right? 200 opt-ins. They're going through your email sequence here, and if 1% of them buys, that means we end up with 2 sales. We're selling for $100. That's your average customer value. That's what we said at the beginning. So that little equation yields $200 in revenue. So that's pretty simple. All right, so how do we double this, and how do we do it without having to do all kinds of complex stuff and get distracted? Well, it's with really simple things, okay? So let's assume we make some changes, and now we have your opt-in page here. All right, and it goes to a 28% conversion rate. And you're just going to have to excuse the drawings here. Fun stuff, fun times. So let's say that we actually make the email process a little bit better. We don't even mess with your sales copy here. Let's just say we leave your sales page alone, and we just do a little bit better job of email marketing, right? And so we're driving people to the same sales page, right? So that's pretty good. And let's say that now, this is, instead of 1%, let's be conservative. And let's say we bump this up to 1.28%. All right. There's a 28 over there. So I figured, why not? So this 1.28% conversion rate, instead of a 1% conversion rate, now let's say we do some really simple things to maximize the amount of money people are spending when they go through your sales process, such as maybe an order bump, or maybe a one-click upsell, or maybe 2, or all of that kind of stuff. But it's nothing super drastic. But as a result of doing that, we make your average order go from $100 to $115, right? So really small incremental improvements here, all right? And we have the same amount of traffic, right? So we haven't messed with the traffic at all. We still have the same amount of visitors going into the system. Then, of course, you just have your thank you page at the end. And we're not even going to do anything fancy there. We're not going to talk about back-end marketing, like none of that stuff, okay? So we haven't changed your ads. We haven't gone to a new shiny object thing. We've just done painfully obvious things that are probably right in front of you that you can do. And we just made small incremental improvements across the board, right? But if we do the math here again, all right, that very exciting word, math. If we do the math here, well, now because we've made some changes to the opt-in page, maybe we change the copy or the layout or whatever, reduce distractions. Instead of 200 leads, now because of this 1.28%, now we have 280. All right, so that's better. And of course, now we just did a better job of email marketing. We didn't even mess with your sales page copy. Like, we haven't even done anything there yet. We just drove more of these people to the page, the original page, so we were able to get more of them to buy with good email marketing. And actually, that's easier, right? So we do that math, and we have 280 leads times 1.28% conversion. That's 3.58 sales. So we have 3.58 here, all right? Now, remember we messed around with getting your average order value to be slightly higher. So now we're going to take 115 by this new amount of sales here, and we have $411.70. Don't forget that 70 cents there. That's really important, all right? So which would you rather have? 200 bucks or $411.70? Same exact sales process. Obviously, you would rather have the one that produces double. I'm here to tell you, after how many days? I started in August of 2014, so 8 years, like, you know, 500,000 years in internet years. That much experience, this kind of thing, is what will double the revenue of the business. Jumping around from business model to business model will not. Changing your offer constantly will not. Getting distracted by shiny objects will not. This is the type of stuff that can maximize your business and actually cause it to grow. And what's really cool is now we can talk about scaling, right? So we've got more money coming from every single visitor. Now let's talk about getting more visitors. But how can we get more visitors and still not spend more money on ads? Which, of course, you know, I'm not saying you shouldn't spend more money on ads, of course. I'm just kind of trying to show you how to think rationally, because I know what you're getting in your inbox every day from the magic bullet folks, right? You know, I get it too. I'm on the same lists. So what if we could just do, let's just imagine that we are running ads and they're costing, you know, whatever. We're getting a 0.75% click-through rate, okay? And that's what's producing this. You got some ads running, your average click-through rate is 0.75. I know, snooze alert, right? Like, oh, we're talking about click-through rates. Oh my God, bear with me because this just gets ridiculous, okay? So let's say that we can increase the amount of people clicking on your ads and therefore going into this new and better sales process, this new and better sales funnel that we made by doing incremental improvements. Just by making better ads, not by spending more on ads. Just by maybe increasing or improving your targeting, or maybe making the messaging in the ads better. A novel concept, right? So let's say we got it from a 0.75 click-through rate to a 1% click-through rate, which isn't that big of a deal. Like, none of these numbers I'm showing you here are Herculean, heroic jumps in response. And you might be like, yeah, that's really not that big, but all right. If you do the math, we just went from 0.75 to 1%. So that's an increase of 25 points. And if you think about it, what we really did is we just got an increase of a third, roughly 33% in traffic, in number of people responding to your ad. And that's the math there. So if we did that, now we have 1,333 people coming into the sales process, right? So if we do that math, now remember, we're not spending any more money yet. We're just fixing stuff. We're just plugging holes. We're just optimizing the sales process. Instead of getting distracted we're like, okay, let's do the fundamentals here, right? So let's do this math real quick. 1,333 visitors times that 0.28 opt-in rate. That yields 373 leads. Now, if everything else stays the same, that 373 times 1.28 conversion rate. Now, I'm not telling you, by the way, that your sales page is converting at 1.28%. I mean, just like with all the emails and stuff, all that, just the amount of leads that eventually buy, let's say within like 10 days or whatever, you know, we do a better job of email marketing and everything, and we just get the lift that way, right? Anyway, that new number is now 4.77 sales. All right. Then again, we increased your average order value by doing really obvious things from $100 to $115. So if we multiply those two together, the new total is $548. And of course, we got to remember the change here, 55 cents. And you know, that 55 cents matters. But okay, look, I joke around, but it's those little increments that actually do really matter. What's happening, like if you got a business that's doing pretty good and you want it to do great and you don't want to drive yourself completely insane, I'm telling you, stop trying to find like this giant thing that's going to revolutionize everything, and just make little incremental tweaks throughout your sales process, and then you're gold. And incidentally, once you have a sales funnel that's, you know, producing twice as much revenue as it used to, what does it make all the more easier? Your ads. And so now you've got a lot more room in terms of running ads and being profitable with ads, and you didn't really change anything, right? We just made all these little steps just slightly better. And here's the thing, if you stayed with me this far and you've watched some dude do math on camera with this level of horrible penmanship, you're probably pretty committed to growing your business. I have a company called BigDomino.org. We literally guarantee we will grow revenue for you, or we pay you. You're probably waiting for a catch. There isn't one. Seriously, we make you money or you do not pay us, and we refund the difference with an extra 20% on top, so that your interaction with us is guaranteed to be profitable. The only caveat is that you have to have an actual business. You know, we don't just produce stuff from thin air. You've got to have a working sales process. And you just, you know, if you just want somebody to come in and just find out what needs fixing and show you how to fix it, and like help you scale and all that, we got you. And like I said, we will increase your revenue or you pay us $0. Nothing. And we'll refund the difference and give you 20% on top of that. So if that sounds good to you, click the button near this video, whatever link there is, or go to BigDomino.org. Thanks so much for watching. I commend you for enduring the mathematics. Beware of shiny objects. Pay attention to the simple and obvious stuff. That's the stuff that's proven to make the most money over time. Take it easy.